All right, I wanted to quickly jump on here today and talk about storytelling. It's one of the things that we get asked to do the most, whether it's working with an individual to share their stories in person or maybe on LinkedIn, and then to share, company stories. And it's a company saying, how do I really get my employee group, colleagues, whatever, to share the right stories at the right time with the right people, and while reading the people and having high emotional intelligence. And what do I need to do to create a bank of stories so that they can pick and choose from? I mean, it's a whole thing, right? But the biggest piece of storytelling is to have the confidence to do it. So where does that start? It starts with that personal brand foundation. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know what your gifting is, if you don't know what you do extraordinarily well, then how will you build stories around those things? Same with a company. What does a company do well? What are the differentiating factors? And you can't just go in and say, I'm the best company in the world, just like a human, but you need to know what the stories are to share in order to do it in a way that it isn't salesy or cheesy. So it's a little bit more of a plan that you have to have. But the first part of the plan is, what builds your confidence? Really understanding your gifting. You do something better than anybody else in this whole world. What is it? It's more than what you do at your position, at your job, or it's more than the company that you own. It truly is a gifting that you have. That maybe high emotional intelligence, you bring teams together, you're an incredible motivator, you bring a sense of peace to a room. Find out what that gifting is, because once you know who you are, it's hard to shake the confidence of that. If someone comes up to me and says, hey, you did a horrible job, my day will be not made. However, it won't shake who I am and what I am and what I know my purpose is, and I'll do my best to fix it. But it doesn't shake me to the point where I'm falling over and wondering who I am and do I need to start over in life, right? Your stories are supposed to share those things. So once you figure out your brand values, what you want to share, then you build stories around that and share them authentically, high emotional intelligence, great tone of voice, and then success happens.